Thanks, 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 thanks.
Thanks. Oop, what is that? Okay. How's it going, Moofy? How do I change between practice and runs time? When? Do you mean like when do I decide when it's time to do runs and when it's time to do practice? You always wall kick and switch cam at the same time? Okay, that's why. So Game Shark asked about log wall kick. When you hit the log, you have a weird camera that doesn't help for like after you wall kick right here. You switch your cam because if you don't, you'll have a weird cam for when you want to triple jump up the mountain. So you switch your cam there. So if we go back, so if you saw there, I switched my cam after the wall kick. But if you switch your cam too early with this wall kick, your camera will just glitch out and you'll have a really messed up cam and you'll probably mess up log wall kick. So I guess play around with that a little bit, Game Shark, and let me know if that helps at all. Actually turn the game on. You-ho. Can you have sub, please? Fine. Hey, Dan Allen. Oh, Gmo, thank you for the gifted sub to Reshiram. Welcome, Reshiram, to the Talented Young Gifted Scuba Diving Association Club. Love you too, young Mike. People just asking for subs. Simp, how do I stop getting mad because it's been 3 weeks since I PB'd? That's just speedrunning, man. That's how it goes. That's why practice is really important, because if you aren't PBing, then you feel like you aren't improving, and that's really where the fun comes. That's where the motivation comes from. Like, it's fun to PB, you know, oh my god, I'm on PB pace kind of thing. But if you don't PB for a long time, you're deprived from that feeling of PBing and you kind of lose interest. But if you practice and you're like leveling up your star times and you're seeing yourself improve in runs, like you can see it, I promise, like even at my level, when I was practicing, even if it's little stuff, if you're hitting it in runs, like it feels good. And even though you're not PBing often, like I'll be the first to tell you it sucks to not PB for a long time. But if you focus less on PBing and focus more on just improving as a player, improving your stars or whatever it is in your speedrun, you know, your single segment stuff, you can find a lot of joy in that. But it can be hard to discipline yourself to do a lot of practice. And a lot of times people will just plateau. And it's happened to me many times. And there's points where you think you don't need to practice. And that is, oh, no. Always need to practice. No matter how good you think you are. Practice is always essential at any stage of speedrunning, I say. My hand is feeling better. Thank you for asking, Derpness. It's getting there. I think I'll be back in the summer, boys. I really do. But I'm trying to get an internship, so I don't know how much time I'll be spending on Mario. But, we'll see. Thank you, Kick Assicle, for the resub for 5 months in a row, Bob, babe. Welcome back to the Talented Young Scuba Diving Association Club, babe. I'm catching up on chat right now. Just give me a sec. How do I get mountain clip, or is this what the example is? Oops. A little too much shirt. What are you talking about? Should my cam be like this? I don't know what you mean. I like seeing the body of the streamer, because in case you know you want it. I missed you too, you know. It's good to see you, babe. What up, Garlic Goose? Alright. So, Deku Dude N64 is asking about Mountain Clip. Mountain Clip is something that took me... Wow, that's sniff. Mountain Clip took me a very long time to figure out. But this is my strat for Mountain Cam. So, what I do is right... Hold on. So right here, you'll see a texture. See this light texture right here? There's one right there, one right there, one right there. I go for this one. I try to line up and like long jump. Like if you watch here, let's watch it really slow. I long jump like right as I pass that texture. I believe that's what I try to do. So I do kick. You can do a kick if you want. It doesn't really matter. So right as I pass that, so yeah, I was on the slope when I long jumped. Then you hold straight up, And once you're on the slope, start holding upright. And this is my personal cue that always, like, it. I never failed when I'm following this cue. And that is when Mario is, like, sloped walking up, like, he's, like, clearly on the other slope. Like, right now, hold on. Right now, I'm walking on this slope, right? But there's another slope right here, and you can clearly tell when Mario's walking on it right now. See how he's, like, way up? Once you see that, that's when you dive or jump dive. And if I'm following that visual cue, it will always work. Now, some problems can happen, like you can follow that and it won't work, but that's because you don't have enough speed. And the reason that happens is right here. People won't hold straight up the whole time. They'll start holding upright before they land. But you want to hold straight up until you land, then you can start holding upright. So, yeah, I hope that helps, Deku Dude. Just drove me and my dog across Europe back home. God damn, son. First Rainbow Ride Red from Pity. All right, what do you want to know about it? Here, I'll scroll down and then you can tell me. Also, how do I jump off the spin drift in SL100? Because it keeps jumping on his head and not bouncing. Dude, perfect. I love getting questions I know the answer to. Or, like, I know exactly what you're talking about. So, Deku Dude is asking about in SL100, there is a spin drift coming up here, actually. So, right after this spin drift. Sorry, right after this spin drift. So, to jump on this spin drift's head and not go back into the water. Thanks. Here, I gotta prioritize the subs. Thank you, Possessed Rabbit 2, for the sub. Welcome to. Actually, hold on. Man, I have to catch up so much. Thank you for the resub for 5 months, Bob. Welcome back to the Talented Young Scoop David Associates Club. All right, so something that can happen with this Shy Guy. If you sometimes you'll jump on him and you'll just kill him and you'll get the coins, but you'll stay in the water. You won't get the bounce. So if you watch, after I kill the first spin drift, I punch or I press B in the water to drift forward. So I'm holding forward, and as he does like the grab thing, as that finishes up, I tilt the stick back so that he's aiming up. And once you can do it a little earlier, I think, than straight up, but once he's completely straight up, Mario does a different jump in the water. Like, if you're kind of up, Mario will jump forward out of the water. But if you're straight up, like, watch this. That was like, actually, I don't know, I might have went forward there, but basically you just need to be looking way up. I don't know why, but that, for whatever reason, that gives you a different, that just makes it more consistent, so... Yeah, that's what I try to do there. I'm at college. Yeah, that's right, Leah. Practice is perfect. 1 run a fucking week. That's not... That could be a little too much. Because it's not like there's only practice and then runs is like... It doesn't do anything. Like, you build up your run mentality and whatnot, and that's a whole nother thing. Is it too late to pick up this game? No. I don't think so. Cheese showed us that. If you really want it... You could get to world record level in a year. Or less. Gotta grind. I feel like every runner at some point hits a block where they don't PB for a while. Yeah, well, when it happened to me the hardest when I had a 143.10. And I got the PB and it was so good. I was like, there's no way I can get a 142. Like, that's how I felt. But you just have to be realistic. Like, a lot of times, too, when you get a PB, I've noticed you enter a different mindset. Like, let's say you're on PB pace in Tippy, and you make a bunch of mistakes in Tippy. It still feels like a good run because you're, like, nervous on PB pace. You're just trying to keep it together. So, like, I think 2 things that can help for hitting plateaus. First of all, practice. Practice the things you're messing up. Practice the things you know you're slow at. You know that you can improve at. You know that you see other people doing better, you know. Like, I look at what Cheese can do on certain stages, and I'm like, okay, I can't do that. Let me see what he's doing differently on each star. And, like, comparing, it doesn't need to be the world record holder, but you can compare your run, literally side by side, your run next to somebody who's like maybe a minute faster or 2 minutes faster, and you can see, what they're doing. I'd personally recommend picking somebody who's like really good, not super good, like not cheese, because some strats, it depends on how dedicated you are. What would be my best tip for someone who's never speedran SM64 and wants to learn? Just try it out. Dip your feet in the water. Pick a star. Pick 2 stars. See how you like grinding a star and getting faster at it, or try to learn the run and do a run and see if you had fun doing the run. No problem, Game Shark. One of my thoughts on the Mario memes going around Twitter, they're really good. This whole like they put the Mario HUD on a video and it's like a garbage video, but there's like a star or like Mario sound effects. It's really good. How can I stop choking in bits? Practice the hell out of bits. I got a lot better at bits. Like, I used to be really bad at bits, and I practiced it a lot, and just being able to consistently do it kind of builds your confidence, and you should be able to do at least a little bit better. But choking's like a whole nother thing. Like, Cheese practices bits a lot, but there's been plenty of times where he just shits the bed in bits, and it's just getting over nerves. Yeah, I've been applying a lot, What up, Jerry? Couple days a week and for 3 hours each. Yeah, I'm hoping it's a chill internship. I don't really want to do a lot of hours, because ideally I'd like to be doing more with Mario and just like doing the internship thing on the side. All right, so Deku Dude's other question. Dude, this is good, though. You guys are asking really good questions, and I'm sorry. I know I'm really backed up on chat right now, but eventually I'll catch up, maybe. So Deku Dude asked, how do I get the triple jump wall kick in TTC for stars like Get a Hand? I'm assuming you mean the triple jump wall kick. This one right here. So what I personally do for this one, and I think everybody kind of has their own little way of doing it.
My cannon shot was bad, and then the flying was not very...
It's something you need to put some time into for sure, like grind a couple hours. But I do a kick, and so that's nothing too complicated for the first jump because it's a set height. You don't need to worry about how long you hold the button. But my double jump, I hold a little bit, as you can tell.
Was bad, and then the flying was not.
You can go a little slower here.
Good.
I'm not tapping A for the double jump, but I'm not holding A. It's like a little, and I'm kind of going to the right. But really, my ultimate goal with this triple jump when I do it is I have a visual cue. I use visual cues for a decent amount of things in this game, and this is no exception. What I shoot for right here is there's this sloped wall, you see? And there's these vertical lines on the wall, right? These boxes. I aim for the middle of this, in between these two vertical lines, and you'll see that. In between these two vertical lines right here, I try to triple jump wall kick. See, I was in between them. And then the rest of it's just like kind of figuring it out. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's hard technically to do. How do you make the Koopa go faster in B.O.B.? I don't know. Sub Martini. I mean, when you finish the race, he goes faster, but... How to do first Rainbow Ride red coin fast. The walk into the coin after landing out of the wall kick is tricky getting... Oh, so do you mean like how sometimes they land and then they just seem to start running really quickly?
Oh, God. Rage.
So that has to do with... I guess it would be called the neutral property of this game. It's really, I like it a lot. It's like a little thing in the game that you don't really notice unless you play. Let's see if this is reds. Yeah, this is reds. So you do your wall kick and oh, I messed it up. No, shoot. All right, here we're gonna have to bust out. We'll bust out a Toast Rider reds. I mean, I'm sure you've figured it out by now. Okay, maybe, but we'll see. Spreadsheet. The ultimate star spreadsheet. Yeah, I can do that, Muffin, if you're still around. Oh, so that punch is important. Which punch? You talking about, Deku Dude? What up, Mario fam? Oh, the punch for the swimming in the water, that's not important. That's just what I do. I do that so that I can attract the spin drift because he's kind of over there. Like the spin drift you ground pound on is right here, and the other spin drift, you know, is like right here. So I punch to get a little bit closer so that he turns and he's like going towards me. Because if he doesn't see you, he's not going to move towards you. And if you're trying to just go straight up and wait for him, you know, that's how I do it. If that makes any sense. What do I think of 16 star and why is it the best category in Mario 64? 16 star is cool because it's like, it's like seeing all the insane strats in a real run. Very optimized. I don't think it's the best category though, but it's very fun to watch. I always die in HMC triple jump. Are you talking about triple jump box? All right, here my spreadsheet finally loaded. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, let's see who's got the good time for Rainbow Ride. Oh my God, she says a 22.2. That's so nutty. All right, let's watch it. So what you're doing with the stick here, I want to watch this whole thing a little bit closer. Oh, dude, that's interesting. I just learned something from watching this right now. So I don't do this, but what he did is he does a very little wall kick right here, and he just barely clips up onto the platform there. Because running on that platform is definitely faster than being in the air. Like usually I do a pretty big jump and then I land on it. So that right there is definitely saving him some time. So right here, you're talking about that, like how he just manages to get so much speed. Sometimes, dude, that's really fast. So what he's doing is he's holding the stick just to get him up and over onto the ledge. Like after, if that made any sense. After this wall kick, you know, he holds left and then he holds right. But once he's secure, like he knows he's going to land, he holds neutral, and as soon as he lands, he starts moving again. Wow. And he does just the tiniest double jump there. Man, that was really nice. Cheezo 5 coming in hot with the 22.2. That's so nutty. Did you get that recently? Pretty damn good. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. Yeah, if you could clarify, Sankopan, I bet you already did. I'm just scrolling down here. What up, Abel? At the beginning of Ghost Hunt, how do you stop the first boo? Apparently, that's from what you do in the room before, and it's not like a realistic thing. Like you can't consistently make him not do that. It's just, is emulator practice better than no practice at all? Definitely. Yes. What up, my block? How do I do moving TTC? I don't know. How do you avoid losing 139 to Bowser throws? Yeah, I haven't figured that out. How to reduce sleeping time? I don't know, man. You gotta do some meditating or something. What up, Aussie? Good morning, Rom. Can you explain Lakitu bounce to a fellow white male? Elite. I only do a single jump, not a jump kick when getting the jump up the wall on Womps 100 because it's easier for me, but it's kind of janky. Should I learn the jump kick? I only do a single jump, not a jump kick when getting the jump up the wall on Womps 100. Are you talking about next to the blue coin switch? In TTC 100, how do you do the triple jump onto the platform with the blue coins? Oh, are you talking about triple jump onto the platform? Actually, I don't know what you're talking about, Jerry. Are you talking about... Are you talking about... That triple jump wall kick right there, Jerry? My day is going good, Hikase. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, man? Triple jump box. When I'm out, I die. I don't know where I need to move. Oh, okay. So, let me flip over to my other thing. So, HMC, that's like 30. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's something that I think everybody just runs into because you don't. It's hard to know that it's there, but after this triple jump, there's a death zone, like around here. If you hold after you get the wall, after you get the, God, after you get over that wall, after you clip out, you hold back, and then you hold forward because there's a death box like above, so you kind of go around it. It's like the wall's over here. You jump over the wall, and if you keep holding forward, you'll hit the death zone. But you go over the wall and you hold back, fall a little bit, then you go forward. If that makes any sense. How do I clip through the wall in Toxic Maze consistently? Yes, right after when you're collecting the ring of coins. And you kick double jump. Right after when you're collecting the ring of coins and you jump. Yes, right after it when you're collecting the ring of coins and you jump kick, double jump kick, double jump kick. Then long jump to the cycled. Oh, and so do you just do the double jump ledge grab? I still don't quite get. How do you get consistent owlless? You gotta do the simp setup. I have a YouTube video on that. That triple jump. All right, Jerry. Why haven't I been streaming? Tendonitis in my arm prevents me from playing Mario right now, so I'm kind of on a leave. But this is me like trying to get back into the community, or like staying involved, giving back, with what I can. All right, so you're talking about this triple jump, Jerry. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, this triple jump wall kick was weird. I saw Pitt was struggling with it for a while, but got it figured out. So actually, watch right here. All right, so he's asking about this triple jump wall kick to get on the platform that's right above this one right here. So look at this right here. Do you see how there's a little lip here? Like there's the wall, and then there's like this fold of a wall, right? So you see that there. Okay, just take note of that. So what you aim for is that lip. Like, look at, it doesn't even look like I'm going to hit a wall here. You might want to go over here, but if you go over here, you won't be able to hold left and get around because there's this little lip. So you actually are wall kicking on that little fold. It just takes a little bit to get it takes a little while to get the feel for it, but eventually it'll make sense. Yes, I do the double jump ledge grab because I'm a scrub. Then right after that, I do a single jump and jank your way up the wall. Okay, I think I know what you mean now. Let me see if I can clarify. Let me just clarify. What's going on here? Okay.
That's when Cheese was kind of getting up there. Like he had a 148 or something. And then I bopped that bitch.
Sure.
Sauce.
So you're talking about like right here. You do a single jump there. Like instead of doing that double jump kick. And so you want to do you want to know how to do this double jump kick? Is that what you're asking, Elite? So the trick here with getting this, I'm going to try to do this every Wednesday. This is like the weekly simp, the Big Simp Helpdesk. At least for me right here, I turn the camera to reduce lag and I just hold directly right, I believe, for this thing. So there's a couple things that can go wrong. I think this is a good thing to just talk about because I feel like a lot of, I mean, I've seen a lot of people mess this up, but I also mess this up a lot. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong here. Let's say you do the double jump too early, or you kick too early. What happens is, see this. Let's go back there. So you see how there's this ceiling here, right here? If you kick too early, you'll hit this ceiling and you'll just fall down after the kick, and you'll be like, well, what just happened? That invisible ceiling, or like, did you stop holding A? So that's one thing that can go wrong, and you won't make it up there. Second thing that can go wrong is if you just keep holding right, you'll dive. And actually, those are pretty much it. And then sometimes you can just slip here. But it's kind of a tricky thing. So you need to hold back a little bit in the air so that you can get the kick, but then you hold forward again, and then you just immediately go for that jump dive to get a lot of speed. Am I more skinny? I don't know. Yo, why do I keep choking runs to BLJ? Did that help at all, Elite? It's just a grind. WOMS 100 is a grind. Like, there's a lot of things that I can offer advice on and maybe help make some connections, establish some, knowledge or whatever. But at the end of the day, a lot of things require grinding. But there's definitely things that you can just not know about, and it can mess you up. Yo, why do I keep choking runs to BLJ? I used to do it consistently, and now I keep choking it. Is there a mash technique I'm ignoring? I used to just mash A, and it would work. If you're talking about the stair BLJs, I'm not too good at those. One strat that I got from Binny is if it fails, because BLJ, it's like you're trying to get caught right on the step. So if you miss it, then that just means you're not right on the edge of the step. So what I do is I just very slightly move to the right or left. Yeah, that's pretty normal, Elite. I guess depending on your movement, but then you could just do half cycle, and that's not too bad. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so if you move slightly left and right in the air after failing a long jump, like you're going up the stairs, like you do your Yahoo, and then you don't Yahoo, yeah, so you just slightly nudge and then do it again. If it fails again, slightly nudge. That's my personal thing, but I'm not very good at those BLJs. What up, Emily Beatrice? Thank you for your well wishes from Ohio. I have some love here from Minnesota. It's very cold, though. How to do the quick double jump kick next to the wild blue star from WOMS 100 advanced cycle? Yes, I get this question. I've gotten this question a good amount of times. So you're talking about right here. That double jump kick. That is a very tricky movement. But I just grinded the hell out of it. But I can give you some tips. So first of all, I think you keep your camera turned this way to reduce lag, and then after that you see left. So I see left here, so my camera angle is like, if I do a side flip straight up, that's the angle. So I wrap around and I try to wall kick on. See, again, this is another visual cue I use. There's these three vertical, there's these, how these bricks line up, like this crack, and these two, and these two, and these two, right? I go for these. I try to wall kick right on this line, and right as you wall kick, you hold right, let go of A, and then get the double jump, and then hold left and right. And yeah, it's pretty complicated, but I don't know if that helped at all. What about that part right before it, where you get past the star without collecting it? But you're asking the same thing. Okay. How can I make SSL less spicy? Red coins specifically. What do you mean less spicy? You mean less scary? Hey, Arex. What up, Hijanked? Nice, Alexander. Am I gonna do another blindfolded Mario stream? Probably. I guess the true solution is stop running the shit category. Yeah, pretty much. How do you get up to that platform with the 5 coins? Is it this platform? This platform has more than 5 coins. Which platform are you talking about that has 5 coins? OT Hundo Child 1 Help Desk. Very soon. SSL, less scary. SSL, I actually almost, I was like really going insane over SSL before I got this PB. Like I was having a lot of problems with it, but I sat down and I actually got the RTA record for SSL.
Getting my camera turned.
You know, so I'm kind of a god gamer. But it's just the nature of SSL. You can die in a lot of places. I do some things to make it safer for reds. I can show you a couple things that I like to do.
Would I get sued for that?
What was your question, Mario fam? How do you do topless? Okay. Alright, so you start off here. This red coin, you can die if you like slip on the slope. So a lot of people will do the quick turn here, and I can quick turn no problem, but I just think it's scary because sometimes you'll quick turn and get a lot of speed, and then you'll just kick. And you'll land on the slope and then you slide down. But I do the slow turn where you just hold ESS, or like where you just hold very slightly, like just enough to have Mario turn in, not have him move. So I have Mario turn, then I kick in place, and then I start holding towards the slope. But it's like a confidence thing. You have to be confident in your reds. You have to be confident in your strats. And like I was losing so many runs to SSL. Pretty much all my runs were dying to SSL. So I was like, you know what? I'm usually not much of an RTA guy, but I was like, you know what? A lot of people say RTAs are good. I'll give it a shot. So before every stream for like a couple days, like 3 or 4 days, I did RTAs of SSL. Just no reset RTAs. To see if I could consistently get a good time, and eventually I was able to get pretty good, and then in runs I was just killing SSL all the time. So in general, making a stage less scary, like, I don't know, it doesn't really boil down to the strats, because you can't change them up that much without losing a lot of time. Like, you just gotta use the strats, but you gotta be confident in them. Alright, how do you do topless? Pro wall kicks will work. Alright, Mario fam, I can do that. Let me just, let me explain topless. So I do a little bit of a camera setup for topless, as you'll see. Okay, what am I doing?
It'll work.
Alright. So, look at this. Right away, as soon as I enter the pyramid,
Good luck.
Oh, I can just hit spacebar. This is so much better. So as soon as I enter the pyramid, Mario KMC down. You don't have to copy. This camera setup just makes it so I can hold a notch. I like being able to hold a notch for angles. Thank you, Emily Beatrice, for the 4 of Ohio's bits, bitch. I'd marry you too, even though I don't know what you look like, because I love bits. And as long as there's bits in the relationship, I'm in. Wait, can I? So basically all this movement I do, I go to the left a little bit, then I go to the right, so the camera's kind of looking to the right, and I hold up left. And you can't really get dusty dives, like you need to have pretty clean movement so you have enough speed. But I'd say to figure out what you're doing wrong specifically, I mean, it's pretty obvious most of the time, I guess, because you don't ledge grab the ledge. But like, it sometimes doesn't really have so much to do with what you're doing at the wall, but what you're doing before it. So I do a long jump, dive, and then I do a jump dive here because you're in the sand. And I hold up left, run for a little bit, and once I'm almost there, jump. And then you want either a second or a third frame wall kick. I don't think fourth frame wall kick work, and a first frame wall kick will not work. So you have to just have a little bit of a delay on the wall kick there. But I remember when I first learned topless, it just, like, I'm just a broken record over here. You gotta grind it, boy. Eventually it makes sense. Try to find an input display video. I wish I had input display here. Thank you, Rom, for the bit. All right. Can you explain? Can you explain the beginning of SSL Reds with the slide kick? Yes. So if you know how to do a speed kick, then you know how to do a slide kick. Or a speed slide kick. Which apparently has more frame, it's more lenient than... Alright. It's more lenient than a speed kick. So, as soon as I come out of the rollout... oh, actually, sorry. You don't even... Speed kicks are nice because you don't have to hold neutral. So I'm wrong about that. They're not the same as a speed kick. It's different. So I keep holding the direction, and as soon as I land, you'll see that I... So there's one, that's the landing, and then I start my speed kick. It is tricky. This slide kick, I'll miss it in runs. Everybody misses it. But yeah, you basically just need to get used to when Mario lands, because it's hard to tell when he's gonna land because the sand doesn't give you a good, it doesn't give you a good explanation of where Mario is. Like when he's going to land. It's pretty hard to tell when he's going to land because it's just a big blob of sand. But, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, me and Simp Jones are married. And me and Cheese. How do I do the clip through the wall and Toxic Maze consistently? Blarfy asks. All right. Consistently, I don't know if you'll ever get it 100% consistent because it's a pretty tough trick to do. Oh, man, look at that blue coin RNG there. All right, here, let's see if I even get it in this run. I wouldn't be surprised if I missed it. So, first of all, there's the camera setup. And the way it works is right here, or right before you get to the door, you want to switch to Mario Cam C down, which I'm about to do. So I do it right there, and you start mashing C right. Mash the hell out of C right. Mash, 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 mash. As you can see, the camera's kind of tilted. What that does is when you go into the next room, it's still counting the C rights, and it gives you the perfect angle here. So you come up here, get up there, and I run around a little bit to give myself some time for the camera to adjust. But basically, you want a long jump right on the edge of that platform, like as close to the edge as possible. And you want to go... I think it's more lenient if you go to the right than to the left. Like, if you go to the left, you'll see what I mean. You'll clip through the fence that's right there at that. So right there, I long jump right on the edge. If you go to the left, you'll clip through the fence. If you go to the right, or like right on that edge,
it's like
that's where you want to aim for.
My gears, except...
I think I had one more thing to say about it. Not really sure. Oh, turning the brightness up on your TV. I turn the brightness up on my TV quite a bit because mostly for HMC, because HMC is really dark. What up, Simp? Says Isaac. Whenever I do Talon, I always long jump too far and never land on the fly, guys. There's a setup that helps with this. Yeah, you have to hold back during the long jump. Actually, if you send me a clip of how it's happening, because sometimes it's not, it is your fault, but not really, like, it's not about the long jump. Is he really close to the pillar? Is that what's happening? Or he's too far away? Or, like, he's in the same spot and you're just missing him? Because you don't hold forward the whole time. You hold back a little bit for that long jump, just so you can land on him. When do I do Talon? Do, like, right here. So... just for anybody, this is good stuff to know. I don't know if everybody knows about it, but for whatever reason, if you go up the right side of this pillar, so if you're like to the right of this line right here, you're like guaranteed good. If you go to the left, sometimes the Shy Guy will come towards you, and then you can't make it to the Talon.
It's so stupid.
But yeah, I also long jump really early.
I think their sweatshirts look super cool. Just the little box logo.
Talking about Supreme.
Their sweat.
And another fun fact here that I discovered this year or last year. Somebody, I forget who told me about it. Might have been Blue Bob. you can't see it because I don't have an input display, but I'm holding forward and then I hold back a little bit. Right as I land on the Shy Guy, I hold neutral. Right now I'm holding neutral. When you hold neutral landing on a Shy Guy, you get hella speed. So like I drift way out and then I start moving the stick. Because as soon as you start moving the stick, you lose that momentum. That crazy momentum.
That's not very cool.
Thank you, Rom, for another bit. Thank you, Napu Nico. Is that how you say it? Napa Nico?
That just have
Thank you for the 1,500 bits, bitch. God damn, son. Very much appreciated, sir. Excuse me, why do I suck at HMC 100? Ringo. Didn't grind hard enough. Gotta grind it, boy. Gotta put that work in. That's one of the stars that I've put the most time into. There's a whole lot of tricky stuff in that star. Any tips for HMC triple box jump camera setup? I don't even remember what I do there. I don't think I messed with the camera at all. I don't think I use a camera setup. I just use like the default camera you get there, but let's peek out on it.
Fucking, it's crank that people say. I don't know if I came up with that or if I heard it somewhere.
Oh, I see left. Okay, so I think I go Mario Cam C down. Don't do any C left, C right. What up, Camilo? Congrats on your PB, by the way, man. Craigasm. I come up here, C left, and what I personally do, there's it's hard to see, but if you go up on this platform, you'll know what I mean. There's like a white strip of texture right here. I go to the very edge, which is about right here, side flip, like to the right, and while I'm side flipping, I hold neutral for just a moment, and then I hold directly, then I hold that direction for the rest of it, and I do like a little jump. And yeah. Not a whole lot of to explain, I guess. But yeah. Alright, sounds good, Ringo. How much can Mario stretch his ass? Pretty big. You'd be surprised. It's hard to explain in words, but it's quite beautiful. Alright, Mario fam, we'll go to pro ball kicks for you. You've been asking all day. Suppose I can do it.
With a triple jump.
So what exactly about it? Because the more you tell me, the better I think I could explain. Because I might just explain something you already understand. Let me look at that gold. There's actually a lot of parts. There's like a lot of things going on for this star. Rommel. So I try to shoot for around right here, you know, just kind of on this corner. And for the timing on the holding up, because what you do is you backflip. At least what I do is I backflip, wait until Mario starts falling, like noticeably falling from his peak. Like, I wait till Mario's about there. Oop, what? I wait until Mario is, like, right around there, maybe, to start holding forward. And I dive pretty early, because... Actually, that wasn't a very good wall kick to work. That was pretty slow, but... I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just a feeling, I guess. It's like a dun-dun.
I feel when I with a
or a dun-dun. Dun-dun. Yeah, I don't know if that helps very much. Any tips on DDD Water Jet Star? I sometimes can't grab it and drift away. Yeah, that star is, it's a slimy one. It's slippery. You slip around a lot.
Gucci gang.
Yeah, after the wall kick, I switched to Mario Cam. Alright, so for this jet star, when I'm doing it, what I try to do is... Oh, no. I think it's because I messed up a swim. Usually I do that star first. So what I try to do when I'm doing this star... How do you speedrun getting a GF? You just have to be a talented young man. And once the woman sees your talent, she will come and get you. And then you just have to kiss. So... if you try to swim from the top, like let's say you're in the center, like let's say this is the bottom, let's say this is the grate, right, and the star is right here, or this is where the star would spawn, right? Actually, let me just, okay, let's say this is the grate, right, this circular, whatever, and the star would spawn right here, and let's say Mario's back here, right, so you're swimming down. You don't want to swim from the center, right? Like, you want to be like down here when you're swimming, so you can kind of swim forward a little bit into the star, right? You don't want to be like in the center, because if you go in the center, you're bound to get pushed one way or the other, because the jet is very strong. You get very close to it. So if you're in the center, you know, it makes sense for it to just push you in any which way. But if you're just slightly below, then you swim, and then you just you can go towards the center. Whereas if you're trying to stay in the center, you'll just get pushed out. So like if you'll look right here, I try to stay on the rim. See, I'm like right on the edge. I'm in the very bottom of those rings when I'm getting them. And then I slightly move forward as I swim through them. You know, does that make any sense? What up, Jinyashi? How to avoid glitchy bonk on Snowman's head. Alright, let's go there. I don't understand it that well, so this might not even be a good explanation, or I don't know if I should be explaining it, but I believe the bonk happens from going too high. Like, everybody kind of has their spot they go for on the wall. But, as you'll see, I slide quite a bit down. You know, I slide for a while before I jump. I go really far down so that I can wall kick way down here. Like, you want to wall kick on the very low edge of the wall. I don't know if you can wall kick on this low, but if you go too high, I'm not really sure what causes the bonk, but you can't wall kick if you go too high. But if you want to go lower, basically. Thank you, Lightning Raiden. Oh, no problem at all, X-Ray. It's good. It's slowly improving. Slowly but surely. It's taking its time, you know. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, man? How can I stay on the sub for the 6th DDD 100 red? I just long jump wall kick off at the moment. Okay. Let me see if I can confirm what you mean with that. What am I looking for? DD 100. So you're talking about right here? So what you might be doing is your angle isn't straight on. If you're straight on, like perpendicular going at the wall, then you can, you know, wall kick right off. Like here I slide to the left to wall kick to grab the red, but then after the wall kick I hold right to get back onto the sub. It's really, I'd say angle is really important there, but also just you got to maneuver a little bit in the air. How do I get through the Blazing Wing challenge? Dude, I don't know. I don't know if I can even do that again. You have to turn off everything. That's a great question, Pity. I think you should just keep spamming them. I was actually just going to spam that group chat over and over until they sent it. No problem, Cactus. Anytime. How to kick instead of dive without losing speed on Dark World Reds where the yellow platform is. No, I can't do SBLJ. Flip Doodle Rama. It's really hard. That's just another thing that after you grind it enough, you start to get it and it starts to make sense. Got any tips for speedrunning away from your dad with a belt? Don't look back. Just gotta run. Consistent BLJs. Yeah, getting consistent BLJs is very tough. Consistent LBLJ, I think, is realistic, but... Okay, how to kick instead of dive without losing speed on Dark World Red. So let me see if I can figure out what you're talking about, Abel. Let's see here. We want to go right at the start. Are you talking about...
You want to run? Here's a...
Right here? This thing right here? This is another one of those feeling things, if this is what you mean. I jump forward, I'm holding forward, but I hold back a little bit to get the kick, and then I hold forward again after the kick. I wish it would be really helpful to have input display there. It would make a lot more sense. But basically, you can't just keep holding forward because you'll dive. You have to go back just to lose enough speed so that Mario will kick instead of dive. How do you do the first triple jump wall kick in TTC 100? Ah, yes. Okay. Again, this would be good with an input display. I'll get the input display. Well, shit, I don't have a run. Actually, I do have a run with input display, but it'll be older strats is the thing, and not as good of gameplay, but it'd probably still work. Let's go TTC 100. First triple jump wall kick. So this guy right here. It's really, this side flip right here is what's going to define whether or not you can even get it to work, because you ride this angle out for the entirety of the next thing. So for this side flip right here, I'm holding very slightly right of downright notch, if that makes any sense. Thank you, Wubs32, for the follow, man. Will do, Catton. So the side flip, change camera, you know, do your two things, and once you're there, if you have the right angle, it's not too shabby. You wanna I hold back a little bit, and then, you know, you do your triple jump, and once you get your triple jump, kind of drift to the right in the air, and then hold like up leftish, the wall kick. Like the whole time I'm kind of drifting to the right, and then I kind of just clip up onto the ledge there. That was pretty nice. If that makes any sense. And if anything ever doesn't make sense, just don't tell me that it makes sense. Like if I'm like, does that make sense? And it doesn't make sense, please tell me, and then just ask again, or like ask a more specific question or a different question. How do you get consistent at speed kicks? You do them a lot. I used to be very inconsistent with them, but over time I've gotten better. I used to use neutral position. Like I used to just go straight back to this resting position for the speed kick, but now I'll be moving, you know, I'll roll out, and then I'll flip back to neutral, but hold just slightly up. And that makes for a better speed kick. It doesn't make it any easier. It's still like the same timing. It's just you kind of get used to the feeling. Same for jumping over HMC hole. I guess. No. If you jumped over the HMC hole, you'd probably do a long jump or like a slide jump. The feeling of getting this level makes my heart forever jump every time. Yeah, dude. This level's scary. That's true, Elite. Just keep trying, Flip Doodle. There's no magic thing you can read and be like, oh, I'll get it. You just have to put a lot of time on. First Mario game you ever got was this game, and no, I didn't complete it. No problem, Abel. So you're talking about this right here to get this side flip wall kick right here consistent. I don't think I changed the camera at all. Maybe I do. Let's listen. No, I don't change the camera. The camera just follows you, and then I kind of go to the right a little bit, and just hold straight left for that wall kick, and then you see right. And for that wall kick, I literally just do a tap. I just tap A, like as light as I can, and then you'll clip right up onto the turbine. Yep. We have reached the end of chat. This is good. Down right or down left notch? Pity trying to get Simply to look at his TTC 100 video. He's Pity very proud of his TTC 100. Simply not really caring. Suck less dick at TTM Mountain Clip. Were you here when I explained it just a moment ago? I can explain it again. This might be even easier because I remember trying to explain it to you at GDQ, but it's actually easier to explain in this situation. Okay. Yeah, here, let us go over it for Mr. Camillo. So, there's like 3 things that are noteworthy. So there's these white spots, right? You see these white spots? One right there, one right there, there's one right there. I go for this one. So I run for that one. I go to the right a little bit. You'll see I go kind of upright so that I'm already like a little bit to the right, you know. Then I hold straight up. I go for that texture. So right as I pass over that texture and like I'm about to be walking on the other slope, like I get over that edge, I long jump. And it's important to be holding right now I'm holding straight up. It's important that you hold straight up the whole time for the whole long jump. Like keep holding it straight up, and then once you land on the slope, straight up for just a moment longer and then upright. And right now you can see that Mario is clearly on the other slope, right? Like there's no questioning that Mario is now running on that other slope. We'll watch it one more time. What up, Leah? Oh, you can. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, drummer guy. So, holding up a little bit. Oh, no. What was that? Okay. Yo, video games. Yeah, we'll probably be commentating Cheese vs. Punkation. Mega Dumb Duck. It'll be fun. So I'm holding, and then as you can see, I'm starting to hold upright. I haven't jump dived yet, and you know there's like a clear distinguish from, like you can tell he's running on the slope, and you can see it, and that's what I use. I clicked it again. As soon as I see Mario is on that slope, like I don't try to preemptively do it. I literally am looking, and I wait until I see him like running up the slope, and then I jump dive. So that's my strat. What up, Dr. Sprinkles? Hi, Simp, long-time watcher, first-time questioner. I'm a new runner just starting 70 star with no strats. I got like a 142. About what time should I get before I start learning the more than basic strats? A lot of people will give you a lot of different answers. At the end of the day, it's up to you and your commitment level. Like, sometimes grinding can be mundane. Practicing isn't fun sometimes. Usually it's fun, but sometimes it's not very fun. Do I hold upright when he's on the second slope or when I land on the first slope? When I land on the first slope, I start holding upright. Like you wait until he's running, you see him running, then you hold upright. Try that. I think that's what I do. Sometimes it's hard to tell from watching and like muscle movement. Like for example, we have Pity in the chat. What Pity is doing, he just started playing Mario a couple of months ago. He currently has a 102, I think, but he's got gameplay that is equivalent to like somebody with a 50 or a 49 on certain stars. What he's doing is he's going through individual stars and doing like the best strats that you can do. But so you can do that. You can work, but that takes a lot of time. Like Pity will tell you, he's grinding hours and hours and hours on all these stars. It can be fun though, because you're like whittling your time down. And you can compete with people on the 120 star or the star spreadsheet. But yeah, it's basically it's like how much time do you have? But I think you should start practicing strats right away. Like pick a star and start working on it, or pick a stage and start leveling up that stage, looking at what other players do, see what strats you think you can do. I mean, yeah. There's no like time that you need, but you will hit a if you're not using strats, like if you're making up your own strats or you're using basic strats, that will work for a little bit. But it does two things. It gets you in a bad habit, because you could have bad habits with the way you're doing your movement. Because if you make up your own movement, you might be doing unconventional things that don't work out well as other things that we know work. So when you're using those strats, you could, it's definitely, and I've seen it happen. Like it happens to everybody. You'll just hit a plateau where you're using the strats you're using and you've gotten so consistent with them, but they're just not that fast. And then at that point, that's when it like forces you. But hitting plateaus is no fun. I'd recommend just always implementing new stuff. Always be working on something. Always be working on at least one thing. Can you explain to me how to get to tricky triangles? What do you mean specifically, McNerd? No problem, Camilo. How do you BLJ consistently, especially up the start? I've gotten that question before. There's no secret. I really don't get it. I bet Zaya could tell you. 16-star gods. Drozdowski might have the answer. But I'm not very good at BLJing on those stairs. Deku Dude asked me a couple questions. I think. How do I get the triple jump dive for the beginning of BOB 100 and the sky jump stars? Triple jump dive. So you're speaking about that right there? This triple jump dive.
God damn bitch.
So what happens, Deku Dude? Do you bonk here on the wall? Because what I do here is I break the box and then I kind of hold back. Like right now, see I'm not holding forward. I stay like back. Because if you get too close and you triple jump dive, you'll bonk into the wall. So I fly a little bit, then dive there. And another question. What's the cannon shot for BOB 100? At this point, it's just a feeling, but if we slow it down, you'll be able to see. I do the cannon shot really fast now. It's just, over time, it's gotten a lot faster. So all I do is I hold straight up. And I shoot. Right there. Dude, that was a really good shot. What I look for in a cannon shot here is the bottom black arrow. The bottom right corner of the bottom triangle is like in the indent of these clouds here, and you'll see what I mean. No! Okay, let's watch it again. So like right there. See the bottom triangle? It's like in that indent of the clouds. That's the shot. And then if you do that shot, you're guaranteed to get some coins, but you also have to know how to move afterwards, and I can't really explain that because it's just, you know. What angle, how to set it up. Are you talking about the triple jump wall kick at the beginning, McNerd? Oh, the camera goes bad. I know what you're talking about, Deku Dude. I don't know exactly what triggers that to happen. I think it's if you let Mario get too close to flying. It's like if you let him start actually flying, you just need to dive a little earlier. Because I think what happens is Mario goes into flying mode and the camera triggers, and then you immediately cut it by clipping the fence. But the game like doesn't realize it. But let's say that happens. If you're doing BOB 100, as soon as you get on the Koopa shell, camera fixes. And if you're doing sky jump, as soon as you triple jump again, the camera fixes. It's just a little weird. Really, Odox? Damn. How do you not miss a ring on Manta? Manta. Let's go to the Manta Star. Manta. So, for whatever reason, if you can secure the first ring, you're pretty much good. As long as you're going through the rings, you're good. Let's see, do I do it? No, I think I have been Firefox. So I get the first ring here. So if you get the first ring, the next 3 are like really nice. You can swim through any part of them, and you're good. But let's say you miss a ring and you're trying to catch up on them. Swim kind of slow through them, and like, let's say this is a ring. I think what happens is the hitboxes for some rings are only like here, or they're only here. They're not the whole ring. So what you should do is swim like up and down through the rings so that you get through the most of the ring. If that makes any sense. How do you get the BLJ part of LBLJ? I tend to long jump out of the wall. It's just about you. You have to be very quick to react with the long jump. Like you clip up and then you go back a little bit to give yourself more space. You don't need to do that. You can just do the long jump. It's possible. It's not that hard, but this is definitely more consistent. But as soon as you see Mario running, you can long jump, and as soon as you long jump, you want to start holding back. Otherwise, you'll go out of the pillar. It's just like, it's very, very not lenient. All right, so tricky triangles. McNerd. Okay, so if you're talking about that triple jump, I don't know if it's possible. Witches, he seems to be Dunzo. So if you're talking about the triple jump McNerd, that is.
Holy fuck, dude.
Is that tricky triangle? When do I do tricky triangles? Oh, there it is. Okay. The setup for this first triple jump, wall kick. So as soon as you come into this level, see right twice, quickly. See? So I see right twice. Then you have to hold up on the stick and do Mario Cam C down. Yeah, Project 64 1.6, Kaido. If you want to run SM64. That's like the accepted emulator, one of them. I don't know if there's other versions that are accepted. So you do the C right twice. And you Mario Cam C down while holding straight up. If you don't... You talking that shit again? Stop talking all that shit. Holding straight up. Mario Cam C down. And you just hold straight up for the triple jump. And as soon as I get the triple jump, I Lakitu cam. And I'll still be holding up. Then I'll C right. And I'll start holding up right. And then I'll C right and be holding straight right. And then you get the wall kick, roll out. Man, the start. It's kind of complex. There's a lot going on. This little fence clip is kind of... I don't know if you're talking about this strat. If you're talking about this strat, there's a lot to it. And I would just say grind it. That's usually my thing to say. But You just have to roll out at a specific spot to avoid getting bopped by this fence, because you'll either roll out just over it and lose all your speed, or you won't roll out over it. But if you roll out at the right spot, you'll roll out right over it, keep your speed. Then here I hold like just slightly left of straight up, just a little bit, and then I press Mario Cam and I hold straight up. What that does is no matter what angle I get, I don't have to keep holding it. If I press Mario Cam, I can just hold straight up and I'm Gucci Gang. I don't know, Camilo, where's that name coming from? Yeah, what's up, Silhouette? Just ask. Eventually I'll get to your question. Like, chat was really backed up earlier with a lot of questions, which was actually pretty dope. Yeah, that's true. What Pity said. You don't need to run into the wall at all. You can just go straight for the long jump. I think that's how you get a 12 point something. No time a wasting. Yeah, 12 is pretty nutty. I don't think I've gotten a 12. Damn it, Silhouette. Alright, well, I guess we're at the point where, yo, Walmart. I'm having fun. I'm not really labbing. I'm just, like, explaining Mario stuff, I guess, for the peeps. I do it for the peeps, dude. If nobody has any more questions, then I think I'll do like a going once, going twice. Triple jump in the HMC box. I did go over that earlier. You should do lava boost, Pity, if you haven't already. You need to work on LLL. You die too much there. Do something in LLL. Get really good at LLL. Triple jump wall kick right side. I can't even explain that. I'm not good at that strat. Alright, so HMC, triple jump, wall kick. If you could be more specific, what do you mean? Like what do you want to know about it, Racer Boy? Triple jump and TTC at the tree boxes. Where is the potential time save in the world record run? I don't know. I have to look at it. LOL is pretty fun, dude. There's some good stars there. Like, the logs, like the star where you use the wing cap to go over the thing. How do you get a low 140? Grind, baby, grind, baby, grind. I don't know what you mean by tree boxes. Perilous. Oh, I think in Cheese's world record, he lost a lot of time in the beginning, so there's like already 10 seconds there. Pretty sure Cheese, if he just sticks to 120, will get like a mid to high 138, and then 120 is gonna be. It's not gonna be dead, but it's gonna be a very, very solid time. 4 to 6th red coins in Dark World. Let us see there.
Sure, dude. Which, at the end of the day.
So that would be this upcoming. So you're talking about this upcoming long jump right here, Walmart. So the biggest thing about this is like, you can long jump anywhere on this edge, right? But you want to long jump like right on this corner. If you long jump even here, it's pretty unlikely to make it, because this is not a very lenient long jump. And so as you see, like I long jumped right on the edge of that edge. Yo, Andy Black Socks, how's it going, man? So I guess just be aware of where you are, and like see how far you can run. Like, get used to how far you can run. Just run off the edge and see how far you can run to get a feeling. And then someone was just wondering about this jump right here. After you make it over here, you do your jump. And I'm holding forward, and then you hold back to lower your speed enough to kick, and then you hold forward after the kick. And then, yeah. There you go, Pity. How do I keep myself motivated to keep running? Well, I'm not running right now, but when I was, or when I do, I mean, it's pretty rewarding. Like, to get a PB, it feels pretty good.
I haven't heard anything from Monty for a while.
Just practicing and getting better at stuff in runs, updating strategies. Like, you just have to be... You can't be lazy, because once you're lazy, you start feeling bad about your gameplay, and if you feel bad about your gameplay, you can't PB, and if you can't PB, then you aren't getting any rewards or getting any satisfaction. So I guess what I would say is, if you aren't, or if you haven't, or if you've got strats that you want to practice, like, learn to have fun and be patient when practicing. No problem, Walmart. Well, then you gotta frame it a little differently, Silhouette. Like, in my opinion, a 140-10 is not a very good run, but I'm still happy because it's the best run I've ever done, you know? It's like the best I've ever done, and then I want to improve it. And eventually it won't be shit. Eventually you'll be getting good times. But... How do you keep yourself calm and level-headed when you're going into bits on a PB-paced run? Personally, once the run starts getting heated, or like to help myself focus, after I grab a star, I will breathe in, hold it, and just forget about I can PB. Forget about any of this. I just think about, okay, I got to do this star. I'm gonna do this star. I've done this star a lot. This run's not on the leaderboard because it's split into two parts. My stream went down during the run. Yeah, I've seen that happening in speedrunning, Silhouette. That's just like your expectation. Again, it's like mindset. Your expectations are too high. And that can be very demotivating when your expectations are too high. That's at least my personal philosophy is, and you'll see from my stream titles when I was doing Mario, like when I got this PB, my stream title was probably 120 star for sub 140-21. Like I just want to get a PB by a second. And let's say you PB every day by a second. Okay, it's not a big deal, but eventually, you know, and they're not always going to be a second, but if you're like, I just want to PB by 1 second, you're more likely to continue bad runs. You get more consistent. You know, you get a feel for finishing runs. The more runs you finish, the better, and especially if they're PBs. So yeah, I guess I would just... You're within a minute of your sum of bests. World record's 33.5, and you're at 38. So if your sum of best is a 37, world record's 33, their sum of best is probably like a 32 maybe, or 33. So I'm sure there's some strats you could update. Like if you really want the big, better time, then you should be updating a lot of your strats. Or learn like the hard stuff. Yeah, dude, get that 150... Get that 155, 59 Deku, dude. Alright, bye, Walmart. How do I feel about Hoko almost catching up to me? What is his time now? I'm excited. I hope he beats me. From what I've seen from Hoko, though, is he's very consistent, but his strats are not... His speed is, like, not quite up to par. But I'm sure he can improve. Best way to practice if you don't have a Game Shark, you can use an emulator on a computer. I use a CRT Aussie. 140/40. Yeah, he's got some time. He should be able to bop me though. I think it'll be a pretty good run for him. So I think his sum best is like 138 something. Yeah, you should just go for a Game Shark. Like if you really want to practice, it's so much more efficient with Game Shark or EverDrive or emulator. It's like there's some stars where it doesn't matter that much. You can, I guess if you don't have a Game Shark, you should practice the stars that are easy to practice. Like you don't have to get really far into the star to practice this one strat. Next year, Kaylee, once I have my big boy job and I can support our family. You know, if you can use like an old CRT monitor for computers as an N64 screen. That's what I'm using right now, Silhouette. That's what most people use, a CRT. Like I have this old style TV right here, CRT. It even makes that awful noise when you turn it on. Oops. Where's my chat? How much does WeVC save in a 1730 16-star run? No idea. I could guess. Maybe like 10, 20 seconds. Oh, I see what you mean, Silhouette. How you been, Kaylee? Does LCD make my gameplay worse? There was a good Japanese player who played on LCD. He had a pretty good time. You get used to the delay, but you'll probably play better on a CRT. It's like, at least for me, because I used to play on LCD. I didn't play on it very long. But once I switched from LCD to CRT, it was like, it felt like the game knew what I wanted to do because Draws plays on LCD. Oh, wow. I think Benny plays on LCD without any input delay. Like, if you have the right LCD, you don't have input delay. Or if you have the right setup, I think. But yeah, it feels amazing. No, I didn't miss your question. I was just about to scroll up, Isaac. In Womps, get in from the area with the piranha and the stairs. I wall kick onto the island, then long jump to the Womp. How can I climb up the slope? What happens when you try to climb up the slope? It is a little finicky, I agree, getting up that slope. A lot of it has to do more with what you're doing before you get to the slope, I'd say. So, like, I do my triple jump way back here. If you do your triple jump too close to the slope will just eat it. If you do it too far, you won't get the height you want. You'll have to kick way up the slope, and kicking up the slope is a pain. If you go to the right, you'll like clip over the edge, because really it cuts off like right here. Like if you're right here, you're off the edge. This is not, like you can't go over here. You'll just clip. But really, you try to go like up to this black line right here, and then you can wrap around. I go for the jump dive there, but let's see what I do for... And it depends on what strat you do, too. You're probably not doing the fence clip strat, maybe. I don't know. But the same thing applies. You just do the triple jump right around there. Run up a little bit, then just turn around. For that jump kick, you don't want to hold straight left. You jump, and then you kind of hold up. So you're like hugging against the wall to lose some speed to get the kick. Yeah. I don't know if that helped at all. Yo, Furious Chris, how's it going, man? Harass anyone lately? Nah. No problem, Isaac. I'm good, Chris. Probably, Julian. Yeah. So I'm okay at Smash. Like, I'm definitely good enough to four-stock a person who doesn't play Smash competitively at all. Like, they don't know what wave dashing is or anything, you know. These basic hoes. But if I'm playing on an LCD, then it's like, I mean, I can still make moves happen, but like playing Fox is just play Marth on an LCD. Yeah, I'm gonna world record today. I'm not playing today. This is the Big Simp Helpdesk, bro. This is where you get help with your life, your Mario life, your speedrunning career. Hey Squidbird, how's it going, man? Yeah, Fox up smash is stupid. It's nutty. I like how with the Fox up smash, it doesn't even matter what part of it hits you. It's probably gonna bop you if you're at a high enough health. Yo, what up, Muffin? Shoddy. All right, boys. I think this is the part where I wrap it up. I got class in a little bit here, and I have to do stupid real life things. Gotta get a internship going. So we gotta go whip up a cover letter and apply this stupid stuff. Any plans about speedrunning Odyssey? Perhaps at some point, but not in the immediate future. Simp Invitationals? I don't want to talk about that too much, because I don't want to get people hyped up for something that might not happen. But if it does happen, there will be an announcement. So we'll see. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the first installment of the Big Simp Helpdesk. Thank you for stopping by and being part of it. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. I hope you have a good Wednesday. Get over the hump day. And thank you, Camilo. I do too. That's like one of the posters I look at a lot. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next Wednesday. Yeah. Or I'll be commentating on some of the races. You just follow me on Twitter and follow my Discord, you know. Yeah. All right, peace. Bye-bye.